Hey lovely sexy hobby people, welcome to today's video, which is a quick look at the Stormcast Eternals Estenna of Brighthall miniature, which is the one of the Warhammer birthday miniatures for 2025. Store birthday miniatures for 2025. She's a Stormcast Eternal. What is she? Is she a Vindictor? Because she's got that spear. Although it looks like there might be... Is that an option? Don't know. But yeah, so obviously what she looks like on the back, and then a photograph of her on the front. You're not missing much else. Now this is slightly different to a lot of the boxes for Commemorative series. Because normally they come in a box and they've got a plastic insert, and this is all she wrote for our miniature this month. There isn't even any data sheets for her, data slate or anything like that. Right, okay, so what do we got? 12 parts? 11 parts? Obviously building her up. Back of the torso, legs together, then the front of the torso and head. Cloak, left arm, shoulder pads, right arm, accoutrements. Yeah, so she's got one of those folding crossbows. But like I said, is she part of the Vindictors or something else? I honestly don't know. But you do get a 40mm base for her. Let's have a look at the plastic. So you get your 40mm base, and the plastic is dated 2025, obviously. So yeah, I mean, she's quite nice. We've got a nicely sculpted flowing cloak with pelt detail on top. The base looks good. Bit of Mark II tactical rubble there rather than a Mark I tactical rock. And yeah, like I said, she's got one of those Vindictor spears that they sort of like have. But we don't obviously have there's no data sheet for her included in the instructions, which is a shame. And there's obviously no helmeted head option either. But yeah, I mean, she's going to build up quite nice. It's a nice dynamic pose, which I like. So come back in a second, we'll get her built. Okay, so let's build our Stormcast Eternal. So we are, as per the instructions, starting off with the rear torso and leg, and this other leg. That's interesting. So that is, I think that's going to go in there like so. But it doesn't click. Let's have a look at popping the front of the torso on, and then see what that gives us. Okay, yeah, that's much better. So I would recommend gluing the head and the front of the torso on first. Let's just check and make sure that it's seated properly from the front. And then glue the leg, because that, you're definitely getting it in the right position then. So yeah, head and torso first. Let's have a look. So that, and do you know what? I think it might even be, stick the head in after you've glued that on. Yeah, it's not overly impressed with that. I think I'm going to have to bring the lamp in to just make sure that I get that. It does seat. There is a point where you can feel it seat itself, but I'm not overly impressed with the fit on that. So let's bring the lamp in so that I can better see what I'm doing. So there is a point where she will sit, her head will sit, and hopefully that's right. Then I'm going to glue her torso front on. And then glue this leg on. And that sits really well. That's, you know, that's seated really well. Right, let's give that a little bit of time to go off, and let's have a look at gluing the base on. So So there is a tab and a slot for the base. Okay, that's it. I actually think it's probably going to be better for me to glue this. So glue that. Like so. Let that go off for a sec. So we have the cloak going on next, and her left arm carrying the sword. I'm going to... Am I going to... Do I want to... Let's just have a look. So I just need to bring the lamp in again so I can take a look at how this is. So make sure you get the crossbow around the right way. So the pistol grip is facing forward from what I can tell in the instructions. And I'm gluing this on now so I'm not faffing about with the cloak. Like so. Then I'm going to come in with this left arm. Which is keyed, and he's only supposed to go on one way. So all being well, that will sit like that. And then we have the cloak, and there's a bar, a tab across the back of her shoulder blades there, and that is where the cloak is going to attach. Like that. I'm assuming it's like that. Drop in some glue just to make sure, and yeah, that looks good. Now we're going to come in with shoulder pad. The lion shoulder pad goes over the left arm. Just make sure you get it round the right way up. And then that goes on like that. Okay. We're then going to put this on, and this seems to have a little indentation just above her breast there, and that's going to sit into position like that. Thus, and then the final bit is the spear. That is going on like so. So she's got fairly open post, so painting shouldn't be too much of an issue. And just going to set her base back a reasonable distance from the front, so that we've got the centre of gravity mostly over the centre of the base, so that she's less likely to topple on uneven surfaces during gameplay. And adding in the glue. To ensure that she is attached well and truly. But there you go, that is Estenna, which is one of the store anniversary miniatures. And I think she looks great. I like her. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and let me know, I mean, clearly she's a character. Whether she's going to be included in the Stormcast Eternals battle roster going forward will remain to be seen. But let me know if you think she's a Vindictor or something else entirely. you know, like maybe a Vigiler or whatever. But yeah, there you go. I will see you in the next video. All right, take care. Bye-bye.